Hello, it's Steve with Desert Dwellers, and today I'm going to be looking at my handguns here. Okay, there's a few different calibers and obviously shapes and sizes. And we're going to start with the low end, which is the Colt Umerix built 22 long rifle, semi-automatic. Now this is a full size, 1911, all aluminum frame, so they keep the weight down, but it's still kind of heavy. Being a 22, it's not really a defensive gun. If you had nothing else, of course, it would work better than nothing. But it is real accurate, fairly reliable, fun to shoot. It's more of a range plinking gun. And I got a little scale over here, and we are going to weigh it here in a moment. So I'm going to give you the different weights and stuff. Alright, so now all these guns are empty, unloaded, with just a magazine in it. Now this Colt comes in at 2 pounds and 3 ounces. Actually close to a standard Colt size 45 weight. Alright, next, the Ruger LCP in 380. Now this is a little defensive gun. Heavy trigger pull when you're shooting it, 6-round magazine, plus 7 when you have one already loaded in the chamber. It's small, it's light, it's easy to carry. As you can see, it fits in the palm of my hand. I'm going to throw it on the scale here, and it is 9 ounces, 9 7/8 ounces, so just under 10 ounces unloaded. Put a few rounds in there, you're going to add a few ounces to it, but well under a pound. Alright, next we're going to go to a 9mm. Now this is my TriStar L120, built in Turkey. I just put some different grips on it. I've been changing my grips around. Now this is a 9mm, which is a pretty good defensive round. 16 round magazine, so it carries a lot of ammo, so that's 17 rounds total with one in the chamber. Double action, of course. Aluminum frame, steel slide, works wonderfully, and we're going to put it here on the scale, and we got 1 pound 12 3/4 ounces. So that's actually pretty good. That's actually lighter than this little 22. Of course, when you throw that ammo in, it's going to bring up the weight of it. Alright, now this is my car CW40. Now this is the one I usually end up carrying the most. It's a 40 caliber, 6-round magazine, so that's 7 altogether. Polymer frame, steel slide, because it does have a 40. I love my 40s. They're powerful, but this one's light, kicks a lot. It's not really fun to shoot out in the range. I mean, it can be done, but after about 50-60 rounds, you want a bigger, heavier gun. But we're going to weigh here. Let me get the scale going again. Alright. Here we go. Alright, now this one weighs a whopping 1 pound 4 3/8 ounces. Again, unloaded, so you can see it's pretty light. Alright, now we're going to do the other gun I carry the most, especially in the wintertime. This is my EAA Witness, European American Armory 40 caliber. Now, you can get 12-round magazines for them, and I think I got one, but most of my magazines are 10-rounders, but it is a 40. Single double action, very similar to the TriStar. They're both based on the CZ75 design. But this one's all metal. It's heavy, and I just put some new grips on this, so we're going to give her away. And again, got to start the scale. It keeps turning off on me. Now this one's heavy. This one's pretty heavy. 2 pounds 7 ounces unloaded. So that's a heavy gun. Anyway, moving up next, the Springfield Xdm. Now this one carries a 16-round magazine, one in a chamber, polymer frame, steel slide. And size-wise, it's bigger than my Witness, but obviously it's lighter. Going to be lighter because of the polymer frame, and it kind of a double action only. They're good duty guns. Little wide, very thick for the carrying. Okay, we're gonna weigh that out now, and we got 1 pound 14 1/8 ounces. So you can see that's not too bad either. All right, next, the Taurus PT101 I bought off my brother here about a month ago. I also just got some new grips on it today too. These nice blue ones. Anyway, all stainless steel. 12 or 10-round magazines, though you should be able to get 12 rounders for these, but since I don't plan on really carrying this one, I'm not going to bother with it much. Again, double action. So we're going to put it on the scale. and we got 2 pounds, 2 5/8 ounces. Again, completely unloaded. Now the last one I have here is my European American Arms EAA Witness Elite Match. This is a 40 caliber, has 14 round magazines, so that's 15 altogether. Got the wood panels on it. This is what I call my range gun. It has a very light trigger pull. It's a single action only. You got to have that hammer back to fire it, but it's a very light trigger. But it does weigh a lot. And we're going to put it here. Okay, this gun is 2 pounds, 11 5/8 ounces unloaded. Now, I'm over here weighing the guns. Why are you weighing the guns for? You're just going to be shooting it, right? Well, no. When you carry a gun, I've had my carry concealed license since the late 90s, 1998 to be precise. And I used to carry a Colt 1911 45. So kind of comparable to this one in size and in weight. But after a few years of wearing it day after day after day after day after day, it kind of wears on you after a while. You know, I expand here, you know, clothes. I like the looser clothing, so it tends to sag on me a little bit, which is why nowadays I usually carry a pretty light one. I still like the power of the 40. 45s are great too, don't get me wrong, but I love my 40s. And so on pretty much day to day, because you know, when I'm going to work, coming home from work, going to the store, going out to dinner or whatever, I don't do a whole lot when I'm just around town. I don't wander to parks that much, and even when I do, I still carry this one because it's small, it's light, it's easy to handle, and because of the way the safeties are set up and the heavy trigger on this thing, I feel comfortable just sticking it into my belt line. You know, I do have holsters, and I'm going to be doing a video here on those, but I seldomly actually wear a holster with this one. This one, like I said, which I carry in the winter time, it's very heavy, especially the frame down here, which when your holsters are holding it here, that's a lot of weight wobbling around out here. I pretty much always wear a holster with this one, just because it's so much more heavier, harder to control. I do have holsters for all these, even though some it's the same holster that I can use for different guns, and I'll show you that here in a little bit. So, what kind of gun do you want? Well, what kind of gun should you have? What are you going to be doing with it? If you're just going to be going out to the range, planking, you know, something small, cheap, a 22 works great. They're fun. They're great for the kids. Not a lot of recoil. You see the video, it just pops up a little bit, nothing much. Fun to shoot. I bought this one about 4 years ago. I love it. I love the 1911 size frame. The Walther P22, another great gun. I just sold mine here last month at the last gun show. Great gun, especially for children because it has a smaller grip. So for planking, that's great. If you just want something really small to carry for protection, these the LCPs, the little 380s, and they make a lot of great brands out there. Sig Sauer, Ruger. You can go online, you can find all kinds of them. They're good, they're reliable, but they're light, and that's, you know, when it gets really hot, these guns, you know, I got a little pocket holster, slip it into the pocket, you know, real easy to carry. Or if I want something that I'm going to be in places where I really, you know, I don't open carry very often, very rarely, I always conceal, but sometimes you're wearing such light clothing, you want to be able to conceal without people realizing that you're carrying a firearm. Now this 9mm I don't care very much, carrying it. I did carry it here a couple weeks ago out in the desert, had it in a shoulder rig. Nothing wrong with 9mm, don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with the TriStar. I say I'm more of a 40 guy, but again, a little bit more power, probably about double the power of a 380, same diameter bullet of course, but a little bit more rounds, a little bit heavier, but still easy enough to carry. Yeah, my favorite I carry, light, easy to carry, pretty powerful. XD is a great carry gun. This is Xdm. I had the XD, which is a 12 round magazine. I carried one for years back in the early 2000s, from about 2004 to probably about 2007, 2008. Basically the same size. The barrel was a little shorter on that one. This is a 4.5 inch barrel. Carried it, but because it was lighter than the Colt, but they're so thick, you got to wear an overshirt, and we'll get into that a little bit later. Now this Taurus, of course, it's pretty thick too, as you can see. It's you know, it's well over an inch thick when you count that safety there. So you got to wear more loose clothing to conceal it. And even this one, that grip gets pretty thick, especially with this wood on. The slide and frame is pretty thin, but that grip, it's a wide double action or double stack magazine, big, but it does fill my hand up, so it's really fun to shoot. But again, I don't think I've ever carried this one concealed yet because of the weight and the size of it. I gotta wear a bulky overshirt, and in the summertime I just don't want to do that, especially in the summertime. So anyway, if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments section. Thanks for watching my video. Again, if you enjoy my stuff, please subscribe, because I'm trying to get videos out there all the time about guns, about gear, places here in Nevada, great things going on. So anyway, have a good day, enjoy yourself, and we'll see you next time.